Okay, ladies and gents, we are here today to have a semi-debate and discussion about the disadvantages and advantages of information and communication technology. Before anything else, I am Avril Eunice Mateo and I stand as the moderator for today's event. Allow me to introduce to you our debaters. For the affirmative side, we have Ms. Rhea Camillo, we have Ms. Eleanor, and we have Mr. John Ray. For the negative side, we have Ms. Chavez, Ms. Lasaga, and lastly, Mr. Birondo. We can't deny that we are currently living in a technology-oriented world. By the help of technology, we created a platform not just for communication, but also to relay and share ideas and information. Thus, ICT is what we have right now. Moreover, in response to the global crisis caused by the pandemic, the government stated that individuals are not allowed to leave their homes, and even schools have been closed. In this debate and discussion, we aim to answer the question of what role did information and communication technology play in education of teachers and students, especially during this period of pandemic. Let's have Ms. Camillo and Ms. Chavez for this topic.
In my experience as a student during this epidemic, ICT is a great assistance to education systems and is a simple way to stay in touch with teachers, students, and continue our education. In the age of technology and connectivity, electronic gadgets have made their way into learning processes of students in the classroom. These gadgets have been used to continually improve and expand methods through which students can learn. The gadgets most commonly used by students are tablets, mobile phones, and cameras.
Yes, I agree that ICT does really help student and teacher and educational system, especially this time of pandemic. But despite all of these benefits, there is still disadvantage to this way of educational system. Using ICT in our learning doesn't require social interaction, and I believe it will decrease the self-motivation of the student and even of the teachers. The chances of student distraction are high. Also, a lot of students struggle to adjust and cope with others due to not having such a gadget and no Wi-Fi or data connection. Also, excessive screen time can cause a variety of physical ailments such as poor fractures or headache. But it can also be a personal issue to students who struggle with learning from or focusing on screens, especially since the internet is designed to distract students with social media and entertainment, just a click away from the learning material.
Yes, we recognize that some students are having difficulty in this time of pandemic in education systems because not all students can afford Wi-Fi mobile data and some do not have internet access at home. But I believe that students will gradually learn how to adjust to the new learning system until the old normal returns.
At this juncture, the both teams already given their sides about the disadvantages and advantages of ICT in education. But ICT is not only limited in that aspect. Disasters, accidents, and natural calamities will occur anytime that we may not be aware of. This time, let's hear their thoughts about the role of ICT in updates and awareness.
Some of us, or maybe most of us, watching the news on television is not our cup of tea. Because we probably spend most of our time doing other things, particularly scrolling through our gadget and social media. In this case, ICT is the best possible way to inform, update, and let the people be aware of the things that are happening in their surroundings, especially in times of crisis.
I believe ICT enables the rapid spread of false information. Users say that they have encountered news stories that eventually turn out to be false. Some also said that they shared something that they later discovered was false. Social media provides the advantage of giving information to all of us quickly, but the lies typically spread much faster than the truth.
Thank you, Mr. Birondo and Mr. John Ray, for your ideas. And now, let's dissect the role of ICT in terms of business industries. Miss Lasaga and Miss Eleanor, you may have the floor.
Most of us loves to purchase stuffs from online, either clothes, things for our house, things for our pets, things for school, and even things that we use for our hygiene, because it is less hassle and an efficient way to purchase something even if we don't need to step outside of our houses. In this case, the entrepreneurs also risk a big amount of money to provide the materials needed for selling their products online to convince people to purchase from them. They think for the most effective way to make their business grow. Through social media, online selling can be a tool for the entrepreneurs to promote their products and businesses' name online. ICT encourages strategic thinking. Better communication leads to more critical thinking. Employees are less concerned with how to get into contact with coworkers when they know they can relay information through the cloud. Thus, the stress of figuring out how to communicate lifted, workers can take in the information shared and create better strategies for improvement. The advantages of data communication is, therefore, more time, which leads to more effective planning.
ICT really have a good impact in this business, especially this pandemic of businesswoman. And businesswoman uses social media in their business, in selling and promoting their products. Some people see ICT as a helpful tools in business, but I believe that in the business, advancement in technology has made employees antisocial. Technology has introduced channels for individuals to communicate with each other without necessarily having to be within the same region. This is possible thanks to several communication tools such as Skype. As a result, business colleagues can hold conference meetings from different parts of the world. As wonderful as this is, the problem is that bulk of human communication has moved online. Meanwhile, employees who have adopted the use of technological devices for the vast majority of their communications experience a deterioration in their social skills.
Thank you, Miss Eleanor and Miss Saga, for sharing your thoughts. And now, as the moderator of this event, let me share to you my insights about the role of ICT in our lives. We can't deny that there is also a positive impact of ICT on medical field. For instance, when we get sick in a pandemic situation, it is not good to go outside and visit the doctors. But today, we had a solution. We use ICT gadgets to contact our doctors and describe our problems. This is what we call online or virtual consultation. Also, doctors can now operate critical patients in guidance of specialist surgeons through video conferencing. Moreover, ICT can have positive impacts in our lives. But still, we have to be careful when using them because we may suffer from some negative impacts by using them. On the contrary, ICT can have numerous negative effects on the society, such as causing a digital divide to those who can access information and to those who cannot. In conclusion, ICT have an impact on almost everybody that has access to them, in that the internet changed the society and our lives. Always remember that we have to be wise in using ICT gadgets. That would be all. I hope we became your eye-openers about the role of ICT in our lives and in our society.